our God and God of our ancestors. As we observe another Memorial Day in America, bless us with the gifts of memory and understanding, that we may appreciate the true meaning of this day, an annual occasion to honor the brave men and women who gave their lives for our country and for their fellow citizens. God of compassion, let those who made the ultimate sacrifice so that we may live in freedom, rest in peace, honored by a grateful nation. Remember their parents, partners, children, and all the loved ones they left behind. Protect and comfort them, bring them peace. God of justice, remind us of the debt we owe to those who lost their lives in the defense of our nation, and to the families that go on without them. Fill the heart of every American with pride in those who serve and carry concern for their survivors. May it be your will that every American be rededicated to the task of building a nation worthy of the sacrifices made by our honored dead. And may it be your will also that all of us pursue a just peace throughout the world, so that no more lives are lost in armed conflict anywhere in your creation. Let us say Amen.
And Father in heaven, we thank you that we have freedom to enjoy this nation. Help us to never forget that we are free because some paid the ultimate cost of giving their lives for this land. As Jesus said, greater love is one than this, they lay down their lives for their friends. We remember those who lay down their lives that we can enjoy our life today. Be honored here, we pray. Amen.
We're going to have the placing of the wreaths. Roll call post 52. Korean War Veterans of America. Holding in the castle. Holding Board of Education. Holding Fire Department. Holding PPA Local 245. Holding Ambulance Board. Holding Fire Prevention. Holding Emergency Management. Holding Athletic Home. Holding Little League. Holding Democrats. Holding Republican Club. Holding Rotary Club. Holding Chamber of Commerce. Holding Learning Center Group. Korean American Association Holding. And Friends of the Holding Library.
World War I. Raymond J. Corolla. Warner about Clinton having Fairview Police Department. William T. Birch, killed in the line of duty, 1966. Kevin Greener, killed in Ashland, 1999. Courtney Fire Department. Fred Cavalier, killed in the line of duty, 1927.
I'd like to name one people. Dr. James Gold was a member of the African Before we do a great job on the parade, people here, it's a great honor to have you here. I'd like to thank Congressman who had the fitness to watch it already. I'd like to Bergen County Commissioner John Ross, voting Mayor Rob Sullivan to the council. Members of the Board of Education, Chief Matt Hennessy, Police, and Chief of Police Services.
This is a very important day. It's the day that we remember the hundreds of thousands of people who gave their lives that we could live in this wonderful nation that we call home. I get very irked when I see people confuse Memorial Day with Veterans Day. We have to remember those who sacrificed everything, and we have to admire and look up to the people who have served our country with distinction. This is so very, very important, and I wish that we would teach the kids in school more about the sacrifices that have been made. This commemoration used to be called Decoration Day, and then it was changed to Memorial Day. It was called Decoration Day because the worst war in the history of our nation was the American Civil War. We lost 1.5 million people in that war, 620,000 soldiers in that war, and we thought that was going to be the end of the war for this nation, but it wasn't. And after that, we called it Decoration Day because people put flowers, as you see, on the graves of those who gave their lives. But after the Civil War, we had World War I, and then we had World War II, and then we had Korea, and then we had Vietnam. And I always stop when I make a speech on Memorial Day to commemorate a young man who was in my class one of the first years I taught. His name was Reggie Flack. You heard his name read a few minutes ago. And went into the Army right after sacrifices that were made. The people who served in Vietnam did not receive the recognition that they should have gotten. And today, finally, they are getting that recognition. And we thank them for the wonderful way in which they reported themselves when they came home. I have been doing this Memorial Day parade for many, many years. When I was in high school and all the way up to now, which is a long, long time. And the thing that is so important is we can never, ever forget. And one of the things that I remember about the Memorial Days is a man by the name of Jimmy Viola. Many of you remember him, and I remember his speeches. They were passionate, they were patriotic, and I loved every minute of listening to him. And I tried to carry on some of his work because everyone in my family served in the military, from the Civil War up to the present time. And so the military is very important. We now have a lesser military than we've had in many years. I want us to be the strongest nation in the world. I want us to be sure that we stay number one. And so I hope you all join with me in saying, God bless America.
At this time, I'd like to have the Grand Marshals Guard Parade, Al Gonzalez, a Marine veteran from Korea. Al, stand up.
First, I want to take this opportunity to express the most heartfelt thanks and appreciation to George Porto. He's not going to be happy with me thanking him. Where is George? George starts the planning and organization of this parade months and months and months ago, and without his tireless effort and commitment, it is impossible. So George, thank you very, very much. Your community will never, ever forget the impact that you've had on us, and thank you for your efforts with the parade. Absolutely. The one thing that I can tell you I was convinced of, and my eyes roll when I just say this, is as I'm walking the parade route, and I guess as I get a little older, I start to become a little more thoughtful. And I realize that Fort Lee has some of the most beautiful children I think I've ever seen in the entire world. I can't begin to tell you the smiles. Some of these kids you run up to them and they, Mayor, let's do a selfie, and then you run up to others and they're screaming stranger danger, but then you realize it's me. And I bring up the kids because if the men and women that didn't make the sacrifices that they did over the course of the last couple and a half centuries, I wonder where we would be today. Would we have all of these volunteer organizations in front of us, from ambulance to OEM, from Little League to the Hellenic Club, from the Fort Lee Fire Department to the VFW post, on and on and on? Or would we have to start asking for permission from someone to have organizations? Would we need permission to have a parade? What about our rights of speech and our First Amendment freedom of speech and freedom to worship and practice our religions? All of these freedoms that we now enjoy because of the ultimate sacrifice that was made by the men and women before us, as Commissioner Voss has so eloquently spoken of. You know, it's also interesting when you start to research Memorial Day, it would appear that that definition is also evolved to include on this day the families of the soldiers that are fallen, the suffering that they've had to do their entire lives. So for the families and the family members that are here, this day, this memorial is as much for you as it is for the soldiers that have also given the ultimate sacrifice. So please, of course, we want VFW an expression of thanks. Courtney is blessed having one of the most active VFWs, Commander Leone, Vice Commander Rivoli, and all of our membership here at the VFW. I can tell you, knowing just about every municipality in this part of New Jersey, no better, no more active at VFW than the VFW here in the borough of Fort Lee. So, commanders, members, thank you very much. You inspire me. And then finally, I wanted to present these proclamations to our two Grand Marshals, Grand Marshal Vincent Arfuso and Grand Marshal Al Gonzalez. Now, I've gotten to know both of them. Chief Arfuso I've known for probably 50 years, and Al maybe 20 or 30 now. And they've become an extended part of my family, and I know a lot of their family members. And that's exactly what we need to think about on Memorial Day, because the men and women that made the ultimate sacrifice weren't given the opportunity to enjoy the to have their families, to watch their kids in the parade. But our Grand Marshals, Vincent Arfuso and Al Gonzalez, are proof of having conducted a beautiful life of serving in the military. The families that they have, the friends that they made, they inspire me each and every day. And it's proud that I present them with the following, if I may, proclamations from the United States House of Representatives on behalf of Judge Gottman on the occasion of the 2023 Memorial Day Parade in recognition of your outstanding and invaluable service to the community. Your commitment to the veterans of Fort Lee and to the 5th District is exemplary. So it would be my honor, Chief Arfuso and Al, if I would come down there and present these proclamations to you and give the floor to you, Judge. Again, thank you for VFW, for our Grand Marshals. Most importantly, thank you for coming out and supporting today. And to George Bordeaux, George, I know you hate thank you, but without you, it's not possible. And thank you. We love you and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
What is Memorial Day? It seems the last 20 years has been holidays. People have to remember that. I'm a Vietnam veteran. I went overseas. My unit had 100 men. By the time I left Vietnam, 40 of them were killed. Every man in the unit was wounded. You have to remember, we can agree to disagree, but we have to keep this country strong, and we have to do the right thing. I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, liberal, left wing, white, red, it don't make no difference. We can agree to disagree, like I said, but we all must remember that this great nation gave us the right to do that. So please, I'm just saying you go home today, you're going to have barbecues and everything, that's fine. But pause a minute to remember those that made it possible for us to have that. Thank you. Closing prayer. I would like to bow here, come here, come close, and pass on the apology.
Almighty God, the creator of heaven and earth and the giver of life, as we lead this remembrance of those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for this country and the cause of humanity, we pray that you would grant us the ability to live lives worthy of their sacrifice. Help us as we are living, Father, to be sacrificially giving to you and to one another. We pray that this country, in the remembrance of their sacrifice, would be a great nation. Help us to be great in our love for you and our love for one another. I pray
In conclusion, Memorial Day means to take a distant memory and make it current. In the beginning, the Almighty created light and darkness. Those that came before us chose the path of light to overpower the darkness. Every one of us, every single day, memorialize, remember, we each need to choose light over darkness. Smiling at another person, reaching out to another man or woman, helping somebody else is how we continue to fight the great fight of light and darkness. And when we do that, we bring the greatest vessel of all, and that is the vessel of peace. Let us all remember those that gave their lives and chose light and darkness. Make their memory current by choosing light and darkness.
I'd like to thank everybody for attending. There's food outside. God bless you. Just remember, just take a moment to pause and remember those who can't be here because of the Thank you.